We are continuing our maintenance of the fishing reel DAIWA Tournament BasiAir 45 GQ QD, my bad. So we've took the rudder off, and now I want to pay your attention at the dirty that's on the stock. So if you will not maintain in time, so you can see what it's now. You can see how much dirty it's here now. This is an old green grazing, and also maybe with mixture of wear with the spots of wearing. So it's really bad, and it'll spoil your fishing reel actually. So at least once a year your fishing reel needs to do this procedure, because it will continue the life of the fishing reel and the service knife. So we can see that here is a bright part, and here is a black dark part. So it says us that this fishing reel wasn't grazing at all. So we can see the spots of the wearing, and all these things is because we didn't maintain in the time we need or at all. You didn't do it at all. So let's disassemble this fishing reel. We need to unscrew this screw on the back part of it, because it will let us to access to the back part of our fishing reel. So this cover is on our housing, so but the dust and water can get inside, and we've got access to this part. I don't know if there is any manual to do it, just maybe it's used for the accident. Something inside is broken, so you can take this back part off and to look inside. But I wouldn't recommend you to do it when you're fishing. So let's continue. We need to lift up this cover accurately, and we need to hold the main gear just not to change its location. We can see that on the bearing we have regular shim, so we need to try not to lose it. We need to try not to lose it. And look inside, how beautiful it is. It's new technologies. It's very simple, nothing extra, just minimal of details, and this fishing reel is just excellent. No more extra switches or extra elements, so everything is very simple. We can see that it is high technology. So let's open all the beauty. We took the main gear off, and we've acceded to the full access to the inside mechanism, and the grease on the snag is very old. You can see how black it is. we absolutely need to wash it well and to wash and to gather it again. So now we're going to take the back plastic that holds the snack, this plastic detail. We need to look whether there are any regular details, irregular shapes, because they can just disappear. Yeah. So we're taking these main, or also it calls reference bearing. Check whether there are any regular shapes. We are taking the second reference bearing off, and we can see the regular shim here. We need not to lose it. On the other side, we need to take this fixation plank off, fixating. So we need to free this carriage, and we need to unscrew this our plug that's running on the snack. So we took the plug off, we take the snack mechanism off accurately. Don't forget that we have one more reference bearing here. And we're taking these, our mechanism of its secondary gear and reference bearing, just not to look this reference shim. And we accurately take the torque off, taking the torque off. So this is all the construction of the fishing reel. It's very simple, very expensive. Think you know how much these fishing reel costs? So we need to wash all the details and then we'll gear it. You can see in the condition of all the details, everything is very dirty. I don't see any spot of wear on the gear. We've got a contact spot. Of course it's normal. You can see that we have minimal throwing the extra crease. And the snack mechanism is very dirty. You can see how black it is. And on the parents that are in the snack, we also have many dirty. We need to wash this out. We've washed all the details. I want to pay your attention at one thing. So you can see that the wear on the marine gear has just rubbed on one side. So it says us that the wearing is not equal. We can see it on two parts. On the other side we have the same. You see, we have wearing here and there not. So because we don't have crease in here or mixed in it, so it prints to two extra wearing, so you need to look after your fishing reel and to make the maintenance to it. So the same thing we have on the stock. We can see the place where we have wearing. So you can see it. The part that are considered something, that are touch something, are black. So now we're going to grease in our fishing reel. So first we need to grease our stock, just to get a little bit oil in the surface of the metal. Maybe it sounds fantastic, but all the grease can get inside the snack. And only thanks to this membrane we have a snipping surface. So now we're going to gear them to grease the main gear. We'll use TG13. This greasing recommends by the producer, as the greasing for such fishing reels like this. You can find all the information in the description box below. So we, in these places, these parts, we have a spot of contact. It's a place where the gear touches the secondary one. So, and as you can see that if you will put many grease here, it will not have any actual meaning. So we just need small membrane here, and that's all. Because all the extra grease will just come to the inside part, and there is no meaning of putting so much of it. There is no good things in it. So take some grease on our brush, and we are going to grease every gear, just to fill it with a small amount of greasing. So this is probably enough. This amount is probably enough. So the same thing we are going to do with the secondary gear. We'll just put some amount of greasing. Don't forget that we already have greasing on the main gear, and we don't need so much of it. Don't forget that we have many bearings in the fishing reel where this greasing can come to, but it's really not necessary. It's really just useless. So we are putting some night grease in here. It's gonna be enough. But before connecting our fishing reel, I want to grease this shim. This is metal, and also we have rubber protection here. I'll grease it with a more night greasing. This grease is used for the main parts of the fishing reels, like a night glass. So also recommends for greasing the carrions and spins part, and for the bearings with small speed. So, and for other rubbing part of the fishing reel, we take just small amount of the greasing, and we're doing it this way. We're putting it back in the cover. This protection doesn't net to get the water and dust inside and dirty too. So also we need to grease our bearing just to protect it from the outside influence. Because inside the bearing we already have this bearing already have its own grease inside. So our bearing is on its place. So now we only need to put snare here and to grease. We will grease the snag by the same TG-7 greasing. We just need a little bit to the surface and inside parts. I think you understand that all the extra greasing will just go inside. It will just connect in the edges of it, and in the edges of it we have bearings, and oh no, it will spoil a little bit our fishing reel. So we've done the snap. Now we need to grease our snag that's coming on the snag. Don't lose these small shims. They can be lost very easily. So one shim is outside on the housing of it, and the other part is on the snag. It's very small, it's almost invisible. Also, we need to wash this shaft. Now we're greasing two kits. We'll also grease it with a liquid greasing PDFE. It's with PDFE. What PDF is, I'll text in the description box or in the comment section. So it's really interesting thing. So you can look in the internet what is the greasing with PDFE. So we put some things. Now we're going to put the plug on its place. Let's check if it's worked correctly. If it works. So now we're going to grease the switch, the instant reverse stopper. We need to put it on its place. And we'll fix it with the help of bracket. It has already been here. So the stopper's working. We only need to put the main gear here. Now we need to close the housing with the cover. The housing is gathered. Now we're going to close the snag mechanism with the back cover. I'll wash the surface of the greasing, just not to let any water, any parts of water or dust get inside. So we are putting a rudder on its place. First we need to put the bearing inside the nut. And we'll have to put the dust protection and we'll fix this everything by the bracket. So it's ready. So now we'll close our knot. So it's not very understandable that we need even this formal thing. It looks like radiator. So sometimes the fishing line got inside it, and it was really difficult to put it off. Just not to let the fishing line be weak. So we only need to gather the under bobbin part, and we need to put the bobbin on its place. So we're screwing the handle, and we'll check the quality of our fishing reel. So what I can see, everything works greatly. There is no problems. Nothing is hanging or something. So now I'm sure that this is creased and it's done. So the next fishing reel I'm going to crease is the Stratus FS 12,000 from the Fox. Of course, it's more difficult than this one. There is Betrayer there, and I've looked at the chart of that thing. There are many details, so I think we'll be able to do that task. So what's about this fishing reel? I was looking in the internet, the charts, so I had found it, and I scanned my chart. I've scanned it in big size. It weighs 100 megabits. If you're interested in the chart of this fishing reel, just let me know in the description box, and I'll send it to you, maybe by email or something somehow else. So this is all. This video is finished. I hope this video is really useful for you, that you will be able to disassemble your own fishing reel. Just be very careful with the snag and instant reverse stopper. So because it's quite important that we have many shims there, and in dirty grease, you can just wash our shims off. So just always have a chart near to yourself when you're disassembling something, just to find something. Of course, it's not always all the details are like in the chart. For example, in this fishing reel, where it's shown that under the handle we have 3 shims, and on the fact we have 5. Probably when this fishing reel is making on the factory, so people just make the amount of the shims be more or less. So one more time I'll say you just to be careful with such things like that, because it's really important. So that's all, my dear friends. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to share this video and like it. Goodbye.